Hi friends, my name is Sarah and I'm currently the Intentional Interim Minister with St. Andrew's United Church in Lacombe, Alberta. If you're watching this video, it means that you received the link via the email letter that I sent out to the St. Andrew's Community of Faith. Or you might have found it via our Facebook page or even this channel itself. No matter what brought you here, welcome. My husband John has graciously shared his YouTube channel, The Accessible Faith Project, with us during this time of pandemic as a place to share my weekly reflections. There are other videos on this channel which are an opportunity to learn more about the Bible, faith questions, and the like. And if you'd like to receive notifications of when new videos are posted, you can do so by clicking on the little bell icon that says subscribe and signing up. It's completely free. As a society, we are busy. We rush to get the kids to school on time, or we hurry to get to work or to our next appointment. We're also worried. We worry about how to pay the bills, and yet still save enough money for retirement or education or both. And we're all trying to cope as best we can with living with the various restrictions and requirements related to the COVID-19 pandemic. I've noticed lately, especially within myself, that many of us are getting caught up in the things that we think are wrong, that the things that don't go our way or that don't quite meet our own expectations. And the parts that bug us or that irk us are the things that we cling to. And we get so caught up and so preoccupied, so busy that oftentimes we miss the beauty in our lives and the glimpses of God in our midst. And recently, I was privileged to meet with one of the students that I'm mentoring. And on my way back to Lacombe, I will admit my thoughts were more than a little bit grumpy. I was so upset and so caught up in how I was feeling that I almost missed a moment of beauty amidst the chaos of my emotions. The night sky in all of its glory dazzled me out of my grumpiness and reminded me that God is still present, that God is still at work, if only we open our hearts to feel it, our ears to hear it, and our eyes to see it. And our reading for today from Psalm 19 celebrates the giving of the Torah, also known as the Law, and how wonderful it is. And the second part of this psalm in particular is a fitting echo to the reading from the book of Exodus, which tells the story about the giving of the Ten Commandments. God and the people of Israel are in covenant with one another, and the law that God gives, these various rules and regulations, are sweet, and they are right, and they testify and speak of God's glory. But as wonderful as the law of God is, as important it is to us in living out our lives as a people of faith, it was actually the first part of this psalm that grabbed my attention this week. For it is a reminder that all of creation sings of the glory of God. One only has to look at the sky to see it voicing beauty, strength, joy, and a depth of meaning that human words cannot fully describe. Those of you who are musically inclined may know that Franz Joseph Haydn used Psalm 19 as the basis for part of his oratorio on creation, particularly for the piece The Heavens Are Telling. And I've had the opportunity to sing that particular piece as part of Music Week at Naramata, one of our United Church training and retreat centers. And my husband John and I like to joke that this piece should really be called The Heavens Are Yelling, because that's exactly what it felt like to sing it with a 172 voice choir. More seriously though, Psalm 19 is a wonderful reminder of God's presence in all things. As Meister Eckhart, who was a 14th century German theologian, once wrote, "We are called to apprehend God in all things, for God is in all things. Every single creature is full of God and is a book about God." If I spent enough time with the tiniest creature, even a caterpillar, I would never have to prepare a sermon. So full of God is every creature. And this got me to wondering, what if creation around us is actually yelling the glory of God? And we have our noses stuck so far inside our various economic fears that we can't smell anything beyond decay. What if time is revealing the glory of God, and we're so caught in fearing what the future might hold, better but different than our scrap of control of the past, that we can't experience anything but the sense of going round and round in circles ever more quickly? What if our fear is telling the glory of God, and we're so caught up in the little preoccupying fears and anxieties that we miss the mystery of the blessings that fear can bring, of how it can focus us and in fact move us beyond our fears? What if we miss these gifts and we're only left with our errors? We're only left with the things that we think are wrong. And if we do that, I think we will have missed a gift of being able to act from the basis of resurrection and new life. We will have missed our opportunities to let kings know they are naked, like the children's story, and to run idolaters of money and institutional survival far enough out of their comfort zones for them to catch a glimpse of life beyond their usual accumulated patterns of control and power. We will have missed the joy of simply doing what is helpful for the time and the space that we have available to us. Friends, I believe, as the psalmist did, that the heavens tell of the glory of God. And I also think that creation is yelling to get our attention. Not only because we often take advantage of it and abuse it, but also because of how beautiful and wonderful it is, and how it speaks of God's presence, but that we don't always see it or hear it or experience it. That, for me, is what the psalmist knew, and what I think we all know on an instinctive level. Now, yes, the words of our faith are important and essential, but creation also voices, through wonder too deep for words, the peace, the rest, the joy, and the strength of our Creator. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims God's handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. And so today, and in fact the rest of this week, I would invite you, take a look out your window, or go for a walk around the block. And as you do so, to breathe. Just breathe. Breathe in the voice of nature, and let nature speak to you the truths of the universe, to your soul. And may God keep us always open to that sense of wonder, to that beauty, and to that mystery, to that, oh, greatest of mysteries. And may we join in the chorus that the heavens are telling, the glory of God. Thanks be to God. Amen.